Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
December 7th? I know exactly where I was. I was sitting in the car listening to the radio when the announcer come on and announced about Pearl Harbor. I didn't even know where Pearl Harbor was.
The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan.
Each of us was trying to figure out what impact on our lives was what we had heard. We knew that big changes were coming, but we didn't know what. I had figured on, even then, going in the Air Force, and I wanted to be a pilot. So as a first mission, it was replete with all new experiences. And now we're on our way, and we're looking over there, and all of a sudden we see the little black spots starting to show up in the sky. A piece of flak blowing up about 2 miles away is one thing. A piece of flak going off about 50 yards in front of the nose of your airplane. Now that's different, but it was still so far away that it was unreal. It didn't seem a threat. You were too dumb and inexperienced with the environment to be scared. Yet. Another 6-hour mission. They usually ran between 6 and 8. As I said, like, for me it was like holding my breath for 8 hours. Our escort was 10 minutes out of sync. So when we got to the target, they would be out of gas and have to go back, and the other guys would be 10 minutes late, which meant we were uncovered on the bomb run. As soon as we started our bomb run, they came at us from head on. We took a 20 that went right past the top turret down through the bomb bay. So it busted the lines and hit an oxygen bottle and started a fire. I got down and looked out in the bomb bay again, and boy, the flames were just rolling like that. So I looked back up at him and I said, no way. I remember looking down just before I rolled, and I thought, that's a long way down there. I just wrapped my arms around my knees. You know, I squatted on the catwalk, just wrapped my arms around my knees and rolled out. As soon as I got down, I was struck by how quiet it was. I'd gone from, within the space of 2 or 3 minutes, from, you know, gunfire and rushing wind and all that, and the roar of the airplane, and to absolute quiet. And I just kind of looked like that, and here over my shoulder, and I look, and here's 2 farmers over there about 50 yards away. And I just, after the farmers picked me up, they took me back to the farm. At that time, when they turned me over to the corporal, I officially became a prisoner of war. I felt vulnerable. I never thought about being in that position. I thought about finishing up and going home with my wings and leather jacket, you know, and then I thought about about never going home, but I never thought about being in between. I had a little difficulty to describe the march. It's been called the Black March, and it's been called the Death March. And did people die? Yes, I know for a fact that they did. It's tough stuff. It doesn't go away. You keep thinking it will, but it doesn't.